Right. Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining today's reading. Today we are going to read perfect questions, perfect answers, conversations between His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Founder-Ācārya of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, and Bob Cohen, a Peace Corps worker in India. This book has been published by the Bhaktivedanta Book Trust International, and all the content was used in this database with the permission of them. And we also thank all the devotees who are helping it to maintain this database and making it available for all of us to be able to read it on the internet. Before we start reading this book, we're going to offer our prayers to spiritual masters and the deities. I'm going to display those prayers here. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathamvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Visakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Krupa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So reading from the book, Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers. Introduction. A perfectly presumptuous title. 33 years have passed since I sat near the Ganges River having the conversation described in this book. Since it was first published in 1976, I have shared many copies. Often it has been difficult to explain away a title that talks about my perfect questions, for in 1972, I was 22 years old and quite far from perfection. At my partner in conversation, Srila Prabhupada suggested the title, Perfect Questions, Perfect Answers. And he was quite humble about himself. How did all this perfection come about? My conservative Jewish family instilled in me an inner longing to understand God. Self-discovery and anti-war protests highlighted my college years. Though in 1971, I did manage to graduate from Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute with a degree in chemistry. In that milieu of introspection and protest, I became fascinated by the Hare Krishna chant, which I first heard in the late 60s in Greenwich Village and by the Bhagavad Gita, the primer on yoga. I learned that yoga means union with God. The concepts of yoga attracted me and did not contradict the tenets of my upbringing. Still, the presentation of yoga in America troubled me. Every week, the New York Daily News ran a centerfold of the latest Indian guru proclaiming his enlightenment to the world. Who could I trust? It seemed I needed to go to the source, mystical, faraway India. After college, the Peace Corps looked like an attractive way for me to explore India, live in a village, learn the language, and genuinely check out the Gita and the chanting. India was not as I had imagined. Abject poverty was, I discovered, for the most part, an urban phenomenon. Though beggars swarmed through the cities, the countryside was lush with farms and peaceful villages of content people. A subtle, elusive transcendence permeated everything. After starting my assignment as a high school science teacher in Bihar, I began visiting temples, mosques, and churches. It was disenchanting. The congregations were not seeking realization. They were seeking money, good luck, and prestige. It was the religious version of the 70s TV show, Let's Make a Deal. Had I traveled halfway around the world and endured Delhi Belly only to find the same shallow values I had seen in materialistic America? I met various gurus but remained unimpressed. My existential search began to go up in smoke. In February 1972, I visited Calcutta during a school break. There were the Hare Krishna devotees, mostly Westerners, chanting just as I had seen them in Greenwich Village. They invited me to visit a retreat 100 miles north of Calcutta. Deciding it fit in well with my quest, I agreed. We took a train through the verdant Bengali countryside to Mayapur, a beautiful spot near the Ganges River. Upon arriving, I discovered that Mayapur was more of a planned retreat for now. It was a recently purchased rice paddy with tents and a hut. However, the paddy was near a sacred birthplace of the famed medieval saint Sri Chaitanya. And in the hut was the founder of the international Krishna movement himself, an elderly gentleman named Srila Prabhupada. His followers were busy running a soup kitchen for the many refugees from the recent Indo-Pakistani war. I plunked down in the men's tent and volunteered for the food relief effort. There are 60 or so Krishna followers, mostly American or European, and under 25 years old. They were enthusiastic to say the least. Many were anxious to share their persuasion with the only English-speaking guest, me. However, I was invited to meet Srila Prabhupada, and I sensed that this was the reason I had come to India. Now for the perfect questions part that caused me so much discomfort. The Bhagavad Gita, the primer on transcendence, includes this admonition for a seeker. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized souls can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth. Gita 4:34. According to this instruction, there are 3 qualifications for the novice. Visit the Guru, inquire without challenging, assist the Guru in some way. The Gita suggests that the Guru can impart knowledge when these 3 conditions are met. My intention in visiting Srila Prabhupada was to explore rather than contain. After meeting and studying many self-proclaimed instructors, I was extremely skeptical. Yet, Srila Prabhupada's followers intrigued me. Once I got past their jealousness, I found a genuine blend of mysticism and renunciation along with convincing explications. I resolved to spend my time with Srila Prabhupada learning rather than challenging. Later on, I could always decide to accept or reject what I had heard. In this way, I met the first and second of this Gita's three credentials. The feminine relief program of the Krishna movement also occupied my day. So I was able to meet number 3 as well. From Srila Prabhupada's point of view, I was following the Gita's edicts. Hence, perfect questions. Meanwhile, Srila Prabhupada answered my questions based on the prescription from the Gita 4.2. This supreme science was thus received through the chain of disciplic succession, and the saintly kings understood it in that way. Srila Prabhupada answered my questions based on the ancient system of disciplic succession, repeating what he had heard from previous authorities and not making anything up. Thus, I had perfect answers for my respectful questions presented by a humble messenger of his predecessors. The first conversation I had with Srila Prabhupada was not recorded by his secretary. Therefore, the book begins without our introductions and initial dialogue. All of the substantive matters begin with the second dialogue, the first chapter. May reading my conversations with Srila Prabhupada lead you to your own perfection. Bob Cohen. Chapter 1. Krishna, the All-Attractive. Mayapur, India, February 27, 1972. Bob. What is the meaning of the name Krishna? Srila Prabhupada. Krishna means all-attractive. Bob. All-attractive? Srila Prabhupada. Yes. So unless God is all-attractive, how can he be God? A man is important when he is attractive, is it not? Bob. It is so. Srila Prabhupada. So God must be attractive and attractive for all. Therefore, if God has any name, or if you want to give any name to God, only Krishna can be given. Bob. But why only the name Krishna? Srila Prabhupada. Because he is all attractive. Krishna means all attractive. God has no name, but by his qualities, we give him names. If a man is very beautiful, we call him beautiful. If a man is very intelligent, we call him wise. So the name is given according to the quality. Because God is all attractive, the name Krishna can be applied only to him. Krishna means all attractive. It includes everything. Bob. But what about a name meaning all powerful? Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Unless you are all powerful, how can you be all attractive? Shyam Sundara, Srila Prabhupada's secretary. The name Krishna includes everything. Srila Prabhupada. Everything. He must be very beautiful. He must be very wise. He must be very powerful. He must be very famous. Bob. Is Krishna attractive to rascals? Srila Prabhupada. Oh, yes. He was the greatest rascal also. Bob. How is that? Srila Prabhupada laughing. Because he was always teasing the gopis. Shyamasundara. Teasing? Srila Prabhupada. Yes. Sometimes when Radha Rani would go out, Krishna would attack her. And when she would fall down, Krishna, don't torture me in that way. They would fall down, and Krishna would take the opportunity and kiss her. He laughs. So Radha Rani was very pleased. But superficially, Krishna was the greatest rascal. So unless rascaldom is in Krishna, how could rascaldom exist in the world? Our formula of God is that he is the source of everything. Unless rascaldom is in Krishna, it could not be manifest here. Because he is the source of everything. But his rascaldom is so nice that everyone worships his rascaldom. Bob. What about the rascals who are not so nice? Srila Prabhupada. No. Rascaldom is not nice. But Krishna is absolute. He is God. Therefore, his rascaldom is also good. Krishna is all good. God is good. Bob. Yes. Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, when he becomes a rascal, that is also good. Rascaldom is not good, but when it is practiced by Krishna, that rascaldom is also good because he is absolutely good. This one has to understand. Wow. Are there some people who do not find Krishna attractive? Srila Prabhupada, no. All people will find him attractive. Who is not attracted? Just give an example. This man or this living entity is not attracted to Krishna. Just find such a person. Bob. Somebody who wishes to do things in life that he may feel are wrong, but who wishes to gain power or prestige or money may find God unattractive. He may not find God attractive because God gives him guilt. Srila Prabhupada, no, not God. His attraction is to become powerful. A man wants to become powerful or rich, is it not? But nobody is richer than Krishna. Therefore, Krishna is attractive to him. Wow. If a person who wants to become rich prays to Krishna, will he become rich? Srila Prabhupada, oh yes. Because Krishna is all powerful. If you pray to Krishna to become rich, Krishna will make you rich. Wow. If somebody lives an evil life but prays to become rich, he may still become rich? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Praying to Krishna is not evil. Chuckling. Somehow or other he prays to Krishna, so you cannot say that he is evil. Wow. Yes. Srila Prabhupada. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Apichet Founder-Ācārya bhajate mam ananyabhak sadhureva samantavya. Have you read it? Wow, yes. The Sanskrit I don't know, but the English I do. Srila Prabhupada. Wow. Even if the most evil man prays to me, he will be elevated. Srila Prabhupada. Yes. As soon as he begins to pray to Krishna, that is not evil. Therefore, Krishna is all attractive. It is said in the Vedas that the absolute truth or the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the reservoir of all pleasure. Raso Vaisaha. Everyone is hankering after someone because he realizes some mellow in it. Bob, excuse me? Srila Prabhupada, some mellow. Suppose a man is drinking. Why is he drinking? He's getting some mellow out of the drinking. A man is hankering after money because by possessing money, he gets a mellow out of it. Bob, what does mellow mean? Srila Prabhupada, to Shyamasundara, how do they define mellow? Shyamasundara, taste, pleasure. Bob, okay. Srila Prabhupada, pleasing taste. So the Vedas say, Raso Vaisaha. The exact translation of mellow is rasa. Malati, Shyamasundara's wife, enters with a tray of food. What is that? Malati, eggplant, fried. Srila Prabhupada, oh, all attractive. Laughter. Wow, what is a scientist? Srila Prabhupada, one who knows things as they are. Wow, he thinks he knows things as they are. Srila Prabhupada, what? Bob, he hopes he knows things as they are. Srila Prabhupada, no. He is supposed to know. We approach the scientist because he is supposed to know things correctly. A scientist means one who knows things as they are. Shyamasundara, how is Krishna the greatest scientist? Srila Prabhupada, because he knows everything. A scientist is one who knows a subject matter thoroughly. Krishna knows everything, so he is the greatest scientist. Wow. I am presently a science teacher. Srila Prabhupada, yes. But unless you have perfect knowledge, how can you teach? That is our question. Wow, without perfect knowledge, though you can teach. Srila Prabhupada, that is cheating. That is not teaching. That is cheating. The scientists say there was a chunk and the creation took place. Perhaps, maybe. What is this? Simply cheating. It is not teaching. It is cheating. Wow, without perfect knowledge, can I not teach some things? For example, I may, Srila Prabhupada, you can teach up to the point you know. Bob, yes, but I should not claim to teach more than I know. Srila Prabhupada, yes, that is cheating. Shyamasundara, in other words, he cannot teach the truth with partial knowledge. Srila Prabhupada, yes, that is not possible for any human being. A human being has imperfect senses. So how can he teach perfect knowledge? Suppose you see the sun as a disk. You have no means to approach the sun. If you say that we can see the sun by telescope and this and that, they're also made by you, and you are imperfect. So how can your machine be perfect? Therefore, your knowledge of the sun is imperfect. So don't teach about the sun unless you have perfect knowledge. That is cheating. Bob. But what about teaching that it is supposed that the sun is 93 million miles away? Srila Prabhupada. As soon as you say it is supposed, it is not scientific. Bob. But I think that almost all science then is not scientific. Srila Prabhupada. That is the point. Bob. All science is based on, suppositions of this or that. Srila Prabhupada, yes. They are teaching imperfectly. Just like they are advertising so much about the moon. Do you think their knowledge is perfect? Bob, no. Srila Prabhupada, then, Bob, what is the proper duty of the teacher in society? Let us say a science teacher. What should he be doing in the classroom? Srila Prabhupada, classroom? You should simply teach about Krishna. Bob, he should not teach about Srila Prabhupada, no. That will include everything. His aim should be to know Krishna. Bob, can a scientist teach the science of combining acid and alkali, this kind of science, with Krishna as its object? Srila Prabhupada, how can it be? Bob, when one studies science, one finds general tendencies of nature. And these general tendencies of nature point to a controlling force. Srila Prabhupada, that I was explaining the other day. I asked a chemist whether according to chemical formulas, hydrogen and oxygen linked together become water, do they not? Bob, it is true. Srila Prabhupada, now, there is a vast amount of water in the Atlantic Ocean and Pacific Ocean. What quantity of chemicals was required? Bob, how much? Srila Prabhupada, yes. How many tons? Bob, many. Srila Prabhupada, so who supplied it? Bob, this was supplied by God. Srila Prabhupada, somebody must have supplied it. Bob, yes. Srila Prabhupada, so that is science. You can teach like that. Bob, should one bother teaching that if you combine acid and alkali, they form a neutral? Srila Prabhupada, the same thing. There are so many effervences. So who is making them? Who is supplying the acid and alkali? Bob, they come from the same source as the water. Srila Prabhupada, yes. You cannot manufacture water unless you have hydrogen and oxygen. So there are vast oceans, not only this Atlantic and Pacific, there are millions of planets. And there are millions of Atlantic and Pacific oceans. So who created this water with hydrogen and oxygen? And how was it supplied? That is our question. Somebody must have supplied it. Otherwise, how has it come into existence? Wow. But should it also be taught how you make water from hydrogen and oxygen? The procedure of bringing them together, should this also be taught? Srila Prabhupada, that is secondary. That is not very difficult. Just like Malati made this puri, a kind of bread. So there is flour and there is ghee, clarified butter, and she made a puri. But unless there is ghee and flour, where is the chance of making a puri? In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna makes this statement: water, earth, air, fire, they are my energies. What is your body? This external body, that is your energy. Do you know that? Your body is made out of your energy. For example, I am eating. Bob, yes. Srila Prabhupada, so I am creating some energy and therefore my body is maintained. Bob, oh, I see. Srila Prabhupada, so therefore your body is made out of your energy. Bob, but when you eat the food, there is energy from the sun in the food. Srila Prabhupada. So I am giving an example. I am creating some energy by digesting the food, and that is maintaining my body. If your energy supply is not proper, then your body becomes weak or unhealthy. Your body is made out of your own energy. Similarly, this gigantic cosmic body, the universe, is made of Krishna's energy. How can you deny it? As your body is made out of your energy, so the universal body must be made by somebody's energy. That is Krishna. Bob, I'll have to think about it to follow that. Srila Prabhupada, what is to follow? It is a fact. He laughs. Your hair is growing daily. Why? Because you have some energy. Bob, the energy I obtained from my food. Srila Prabhupada, somehow or other, you have obtained that energy. And through that energy, your hair is growing. So if your body is manufactured by your energy, similarly, the whole gigantic manifestation is made of God's energy. It is a fact. It's not your energy. Bob, yes. Oh, I see that. A devotee. Just like, aren't the planets in this universe the sun's energy, a product of the sun's energy? Srila Prabhupada, yes. But who produced the sun? That is Krishna's energy. The sun is simply heat. And Krishna says, Bhumirapo analo vayu. Anala, heat. That is my energy. The sun is the representation of the heating energy of Krishna. It is not your energy. You cannot say the sun is made by me. But somebody must have made it, and Krishna says that he did. So we believe Krishna. Therefore, we are Krishnaites. Bob, Krishnaites? Srila Prabhupada, yes. And therefore, our knowledge is perfect. If I say that heat is the energy of Krishna, you cannot deny it because it's not your energy. In your body, there is some certain amount of heat. Similarly, the sun's heat is someone's energy. And who is that person? That is Krishna. Krishna says, yes, it is my energy. So my knowledge is perfect. Because I have taken the version of the greatest scientist, I am the greatest scientist. I may be a fool personally, but because I take knowledge from the greatest scientist, I am the greatest scientist. I have no difficulty. Bob, excuse me? Srila Prabhupada, I have no difficulty in becoming the greatest scientist because I take knowledge from the greatest scientist. We accept what Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita. This earth, water, fire, air, ether, mind, intelligence, and ego, they are my 8 separated energies. Bob, they are separated energies? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Just like this milk. What is this milk? The separated energy of the cow. Shyamasundara and Bob, stunned, laugh in realization. Is it not? It is the manifestation of the separated energy of the cow. Shyamasundara, is it like a byproduct? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Bob, so what is the significance of this energy is being separated from Krishna? Srila Prabhupada, separated means that this is made out of the body of the cow, but it is not the cow. That is separation. Bob, so this earth and all this made out of Krishna, but it is not Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, it is not Krishna. Or you can say it is Krishna and not Krishna simultaneously. That is our philosophy. One and different. You cannot say that the things of this world are different from Krishna because without Krishna, they have no existence. At the same time, we cannot say, then let me worship water. Why worship Krishna? The pantheists say that because everything is God, whatever we do is God worship. This is Mayavada philosophy. That because everything is made of God's energy, therefore everything is God. But our philosophy is that everything is God, but also not God. Bob, is there anything on earth that is God? Srila Prabhupada, yes. In one sense, everything here is God because everything is made out of the energy of God. But that does not mean that by worshipping anything, you are worshipping God. Bob, so what is on earth that is not Maya, illusion? Srila Prabhupada, Maya means energy. Bob, it means energy. Srila Prabhupada, yes. And another meaning of Maya is illusion. So foolish persons accept the energy as the energetic. That is Maya. Suppose the sunshine enters your room. Sunshine is the energy of the sun. But simply because the sunshine enters your room, you cannot say that the sun has entered. If the sun itself enters your room, then your room and yourself, everything will be finished immediately. You will not have the leisure to understand that the sun has entered. Is it not? Wow, it is so. Srila Prabhupada, still you cannot say that sunshine is not the sun. Without the sun, where is the sunshine? But at the same time, it is not the sun. It is the sun and not the sun, both. That is our philosophy. Achincha bheda abheda. Inconceivable difference and non-difference. In the material sense, you cannot conceive that a thing is simultaneously positive and negative. But that is the spiritual reality. And because everything is Krishna's energy, Krishna can manifest himself from any energy. Therefore, when we worship Krishna in a form made of something, of earth, stone, metal, or something like that, that is Krishna. You cannot say that it is not Krishna. When we worship this metal form of Krishna, the deity form in the temple, that is Krishna. That is a fact. Because metal is an energy of Krishna's. Therefore, it is non-different from Krishna. And Krishna is so powerful that he can present himself fully in his energy. So this deity worship is not heathenism. It is actually worship of God, provided you know the process. Bob, if you know the process, then the deity becomes Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, not becomes. It is Krishna. Bob, the deity is Krishna, but only if you know the process. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Just like this electric wire. It is electricity. One who knows the process can derive electricity out of it. Shyamasundara, otherwise it is just wire. Srila Prabhupada, just wire. Wow. So if I build a statue of Krishna, it is not Krishna unless, Srila Prabhupada, it is Krishna. But you have to know the process of understanding that it is Krishna. It is Krishna. Wow. It is not just earth and mud. Srila Prabhupada, no. Earth has no separate existence without Krishna. Krishna says, earth is my energy. You cannot separate the energy from the energetic. It is not possible. You cannot separate heat from fire. Still, fire is different from the heat, and the heat is different from the fire. You are feeling heat, that does not mean you are touching fire. Fire, in spite of emanating heat, keeps its identity. Similarly, although Krishna, by his different energies, is creating everything, he remains Krishna. The Mayavadi philosophers think that if Krishna is everything, then Krishna's separate identity is lost. That is material thinking. For example, by my drinking this milk little by little, when I finish, there is no more milk. It has gone to my belly. Krishna is not like that. He is omnipotent. We are utilizing his energy continually. Still, he is there, present. A crude example. A man begets many children, but the man is still there. It is not that because he has produced many children, he is finished. Similarly, God or Krishna, in spite of his unlimited number of children, is still there. Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnam Yeva Vasishyate. Because he is the complete whole, even though so many complete units emanate from him, he remains the complete balance. This is Krishna consciousness. Krishna is never finished. Krishna is so powerful. Therefore, he is all attractive. This is one side of the display of Krishna's energy. Similarly, he has unlimited energies. This study of Krishna's energy is only one side, or a portion only. So in this way, if you go on studying Krishna, that is Krishna consciousness. It is not a bogus thing. Maybe, or perhaps not, absolutely, it is. Shyamasundara, and the study itself is never finished. Srila Prabhupada, no, how can it be? Krishna has unlimited energy. Chapter 2. Vedic Culture, Varnashrama Dharma. Mayapur, India, February 28, 1972. Bob. I have asked devotees about how they feel towards sex in their relations. And I see the way they feel, but I can't see myself acting the same way. See, I'll be getting married at the end of this summer. Srila Prabhupada. Bob. I'll be getting married at the end of this summer, in September or August, when I return to America. And the devotees say that the householders only have sex to conceive a child. And I cannot picture myself at all in such a position. What kind of sex life can a devotee lead living in the material world? Srila Prabhupada. The Vedic principle is that one should avoid sex life altogether. The whole Vedic principle is to get liberation from material bondage. There are different attachments for material enjoyment, of which sex life is the topmost. The Bhagavatam says that in this material world, man is attached to woman and woman is attached to man. Pumsastriya machani bhava metam. Not only in human society, in animal society also. That attachment is the basic principle of material life. So a woman is hankering for or seeking after the association of a man, and a man is hankering for or seeking the association of a woman. All the fiction novels, dramas, cinemas, and even ordinary advertisements that you see simply depict the attachment between man and woman. Even in the tailor's shop, you will find in the window some woman and some man. So this attachment is already there. Bob. Attachment between man and woman? Srila Prabhupada, yes. If you want to get liberation from this material world, then that attachment should be reduced to nil. Otherwise, simply further attachment. You will have to take rebirth, either as a human being or as a demigod or as an animal, as a serpent, as a bird, as a beast. You will have to take birth. So this basic principle of increasing attachment is not our business, although it is the general tendency. Gruha, Kshetra, Sutta, home, land, children. But if one can reduce and stop it, that is first class. Therefore, our Vedic system is to first of all, train a boy as a brahmachari. No sex life. The Vedic principle is to reduce attachment, not to increase it. Therefore, the whole system is called Varnashrama Dharma. The Indian system calls for Varna and Ashrama, 4 social orders and 4 spiritual orders. Brahmacharya, celibate student life. Grihastha, married life. Vanaprastha, retired life. And sannyas, renounced life. These are the spiritual orders. And the social orders consist of Brahmanas, intellectuals, Kshatriyas, administrators, Vaishyas, merchants and farmers, and Sudras, ordinary workers. So under this system, the regulative principles are so nice that even if one has the tendency to enjoy material life, he is so nicely molded that at last he achieves liberation and goes back home, back to Godhead. This is the process. So sex life is not required, but because we are attached to it, there are some regulative principles under which it is maintained. Chanting starts somewhere in the background with exotic mridanga drum beats amid laughing and the loud blowing of horns. It is said in Srimad Bhagavatam 558, Pumso striya maithini bhava metam, tayor mitho hridaya grandhi mahu, ato griha kshetra sutapta vittayar, yanasya mohoyam aham mameti. This sex life is the basic principle of material life. Attachment for man and woman. And when a man and woman are united, that attachment becomes increased. And that increased attachment will induce one to accumulate gruha, a home, kshetra, land, sutta, children, apta, friendship or society, and vitta, money. In this way, Grihakshetra sutapta vittai, he becomes entangled. Janasya mohoyam, this is illusion. And by this illusion, he thinks, aham mameti, I am this body and anything in relation with this body is mine. Wow, what is that again? Srila Prabhupada, the attachment increases. The material attachment involves thinking, I am this body. And because I have this body in this particular place, this is my country. And that is going on. I am American, I am Indian, I am German, I am this, I am that. This is my country. I shall sacrifice everything for my country and society. So in this way, the illusion increases. And under this illusion, when he dies, he begets another body. It may be a superior body or an inferior body, according to his karma. So if he gets a superior body, then that is also an entanglement, even if he goes to the heavenly planets. But if he becomes a cat or dog, then his life is lost. Or a tree, there is every chance of it. So this science is not known to the world, how the soul is transmigrating from one body to another, and how he is being entrapped in different types of bodies. This science is unknown. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna lamented, how can I kill my brother or my grandfather on the other side? He was simply thinking on the basis of the bodily concept of life. But when he could not solve his problems, he surrendered to Krishna and accepted him as spiritual master. And when Krishna became his spiritual master, he chastised Arjuna in the beginning. Gita 2:11. Asochananasocastam prajnavadamsya bhashase gatasuna agatasumsya nanusochanti panditaha. You are talking like a learned man, but you are a fool number one, because you are talking about the bodily concept of life. So sex life increases the bodily concept of life. Therefore, the whole process is to reduce it to nil. Wow, to reduce it over the stages of your life? Srila Prabhupada, yes, reduce it. A boy is trained as a student up to age 25, restricting sex life, brahmachari. So some of the boys remain Naistika brahmachari, celibate for life, because they are given an education and they become fully conversant with spiritual knowledge and they don't want to marry. And even if they do marry, sex life is restricted. But the basic principle is that one cannot have sex life without being married. Therefore, in human society, there is marriage, not in animal society. But people are gradually descending to human society to animal society. They are forgetting marriage. That is also predicted in the Shastras, scriptures. Dampatyevi ruchir hetu. In the Kali Yuga, the present age of quarrel, eventually there will be no marriage. The boy and the girl will simply agree to live together and their relationship will exist on sexual power. If the man or the woman is deficient in sex life, then there is divorce. So for this philosophy, there are many Western philosophers like Freud and others who have written so many books. But according to Vedic culture, we are interested in sex only for begetting children. That's all. Not to study the psychology of sex life. There is already natural psychology for that. Even if one does not read any philosophy, he is sexually inclined. Nobody is taught it in the schools and colleges. Everyone already knows how to do it. He laughs. That is the general tendency. But education should be given to stop it. That is real education. Bob, in America at present, that is a radical concept. Srila Prabhupada, well, in America, there are so many things that require reformation. And this Krishna Consciousness movement will bring that. I went to your country and saw that the boys and girls were living like friends. So I said to my students, you cannot live together as friends. You must get yourself married. Bob, many people see that even marriage is not sacred. So they find no desire to marry. They see that often people get married and if things are not proper, they get a divorce so very easily. Therefore, many people feel that to get married is not meaningful. Srila Prabhupada. Their idea is that marriage is for legalized prostitution. They think like that. But that's not marriage. Even that Christian paper, what is that? Shamasundara, Watchtower. Srila Prabhupada, Watchtower. It has criticized that one priest has allowed a marriage between two men, homosexuality. So these things are all going on. People are taking to marriage purely for prostitution, that's all. So therefore, people are thinking, what is the use of keeping regular prostitute at such heavy expenditure? Better not to have this. Shyamsundara, you use that example of the cow and the market. Srila Prabhupada, yes. When milk is available in the marketplace, what is the use of keeping a cow? Everyone laughs. It is a very abominable condition in Western countries. I have seen it. Here also in India, gradually it is coming. Therefore, we have started this Krishna Consciousness movement to educate people in the essential principles of spiritual life. It is not a sectarian religious movement. It is a cultural movement for everyone's benefit. Chapter 3. The Real Goal of Life. Mayapur, India, February 28, 1972, continued. Srila Prabhupada. This movement is especially meant to enable human being to reach the real goal of life. Bob. Is the real goal of life to know God? Srila Prabhupada, yes. To go back home, back to Godhead. That is the real goal of life. The water that comes from the sea forms clouds. The clouds fall down as rain. And the actual goal is to flow down the river and again enter the sea. So we have come from God and now we are embraced by material life. Therefore, our aim should be to get out of this embarrassing situation and go back home, back to Godhead. This is the real goal of life. Mamupechi punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam napanuvanti mahatmana samsiddhim paramangataha. This is the version of Bhagavad Gita 8:15. Krishna says, if anyone comes to me, he does not come back again. Where? To this place, dukkhalayam ashashvatam. This place is the abode of miseries. Everyone knows it. But they have been befooled by so-called leaders. Material life is miserable life. Krishna says, God says, that this place is dukkhalayam. It is a place of miseries. And it is also ashashvatam, temporary. You cannot make a compromise. All right, let it be miserable. I shall remain here as an American or an Indian. No, that also you cannot do. You cannot remain an American. You may think that having been born in America, you are very happy. But you cannot remain an American for long. You will have to be kicked out of that place. And your next life, you don't know. Therefore, it is dukkhalayam ashashvatam, miserable and temporary. That is our philosophy. But when you have some knowledge of God, then life is not so miserable. Srila Prabhupada, no. Some knowledge will not do. You must have perfect knowledge. Janma karma cha me divyam evam yogeti tattvataha. Tattvataha means perfectly. Perfect knowledge is being taught in the Bhagavad Gita. So we are giving everyone in human society a chance to learn the Bhagavad Gita as it is and make his life perfect. That is the Krishna Consciousness movement. What does your science say about the transmigration of the soul? Well, I think that science cannot deny or affirm it. Science does not know it. Srila Prabhupada. Therefore, I say that your science is imperfect. But science may though say something. It is said in science that energy is never destroyed, it is changed. Srila Prabhupada, that's all right. But how is the energy working in the future? That science does not know. How is the energy diverted? How? By different manipulations. Is the energy working differently? For instance, electrical energy. By different handling, it is operating the heater and it is operating the refrigerator. They are just the opposite. But the electrical energy is the same. Similarly, this energy, living energy, how is it being directed? Which way is it going? How is it fructifying in the next life? That they do not know. But in the Bhagavad Gita, it is very simply stated. Vasamsi jirnani yatha vihaya. You are covered by a shirt and coat. When this shirt and coat is unusable, you change it. Similarly, this body is just like a shirt and coat. When it is no longer workable, we have to change it. Wow. What is the we that has to change? What is constant? Srila Prabhupada, that is the soul. Wow. From one life to the next. Srila Prabhupada, that is the soul, I. What you is speaking. What I is speaking. Identity, Atma or soul. Wow. My soul is different from your soul. Srila Prabhupada, yes. You are an individual soul. I am an individual soul. Wow, you have removed yourself from karmic influences. If I were to remove myself from karmic influences, would our souls be the same or different? Srila Prabhupada, the soul is of the same quality in all. You are under a certain conception of life at present moment, and these countrymen of yours, gestures to the devotees present, were under a certain conception of life. But by training, they have taken to another conception of life. So the ultimate training is how to become Krishna conscious. That is the perfection. Wow. If two people are Krishna conscious, is their soul the same? Srila Prabhupada, the soul is always the same. Bob, in each person is it the same? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Bob, pointing to two devotees. If these two are Krishna conscious, are their souls the same? Srila Prabhupada, the soul is the same but always individual, even if one is not Krishna conscious. For instance, you are a human being and I am a human being. Even if I am not a Christian, even if you are not a Hindu, still we are human beings. Similarly, the soul may not be Krishna conscious or he may be Krishna conscious. It does not matter. But the soul is the soul. Bob, can you tell me more about this? Srila Prabhupada, soul as pure spirit, all souls are equal, even in an animal. Therefore, it is said, Pandita Samadarshinaha. Those who are actually learned do not see the outward covering, either in a human being or in an animal. Wow. If I may ask another question on this, Srila Prabhupada, yes. Wow. I have considered the soul somewhat as part of God. At times I think I feel God. I'm here and you may say God is here. So if the soul is inside me, then should I be able to feel God inside me? Not all of God, I mean, but a Srila Prabhupada, part of God. Bob, I don't feel God in me, but God may be here separate from me. But should I be able to feel God inside me, since my soul is part of God? Srila Prabhupada, yes. God is inside also. God is everywhere. God is inside and outside also. This is to be known. Bob, how do you feel God inside you? Srila Prabhupada, not in the beginning. But you have to know from the Shastra, scriptures, by the Vedic information. For example, in the Bhagavad Gita 1861, it is said, Isara Sarva Bhutanam Hruddeshe Arjuna Tisthati. God is there in everyone's heart. Paramanu Chayantarastham. God is also within every atom. So this is the first information. And then by the yogic process, you have to realize it. Wow. Yogic process? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Wow. Is chanting Hare Krishna such a yogic process? Srila Prabhupada, yes. It is also a yogic process. Wow. What kind of yogic process must I do to find out, to feel this information, to feel the soul inside? Srila Prabhupada, yes, there are many different yogic processes. But for this age, this process is very nice. Wow, chanting? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Wow, through this I can feel not only God outside but also inside. Srila Prabhupada, you will understand everything of God. How God is inside, how God is outside, how God is working. Everything will be revealed. By this attitude of service, God will reveal himself. You cannot understand God by your endeavor. Only if God reveals himself. For instance, when the sun is out of your sight at night, You cannot see it by your torchlight or any light. But in the morning, you can see the sun automatically without any torchlight. Similarly, you have to create a situation. You have to put yourself in a situation in which God will be revealed. It is not that by some method you can order God. Come, I will see you. No, God is not your order carrier. No. You must please God for Him to reveal Himself. Is that correct? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Shyama how do we know when we are pleasing God? Srila Prabhupada, when we see Him, then you will understand. Just as when you eat, you do not require to ask anyone whether you are feeling strength or your hunger is satisfied. If you eat, you understand that you are feeling energy. You don't need to inquire from anyone. Similarly, if you actually serve God, then you will understand God is dictating to me. God is there. I am seeing God. Shyama Sundara, or God's representative. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Shyama Sundara, it comes easier. Srila Prabhupada, you have to go through God's representative. Yasya prasadat bhagavat prasada. If you please God's representative, then automatically God becomes pleased, and thus you can directly see Him. Bob, how can we please God's representative? Srila Prabhupada, you have to carry out His orders, that's all. God's representative is the Guru. He asks you to do this, to do that. If you do that, that is pleasing. Yasya prasadam, yasya prasadam nagati kutopi. If you displease the spiritual master, then you are nowhere. Therefore, we worship the Guru. Sachadharitvena samasta shastrair uttastada bhavyata eva sadbhi. The Guru should be accepted as God. That is the injunction of all Shastra. Wow, the Guru should be accepted as a representative of God. Srila Prabhupada, yes. The Guru is God's representative. The Guru is the external manifestation of Krishna. Wow. But different from the incarnations of Krishna that come. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Wow, in what way is the external manifestation of the Guru different from the external manifestation of, let us say, Krishna or Chaitanya when they come to earth? Srila Prabhupada. The Guru is the representative of Krishna. So there are symptoms of who is a Guru. The general symptoms are described in the Vedas. Tadvijnanartham sagurum yeva abhigachet. Hamit panihi strotriyam brahmanishtam. A Guru must come in a disciplic succession, and he must have heard thoroughly about the Vedas from his spiritual master. Generally, a Guru's symptom is that he is a perfect devotee. That's all. And he serves Krishna by preaching his message. Wow. Lord Chaitanya, he was a different type of Guru than you are. Srila Prabhupada, no. Gurus cannot be of different types. All Gurus are of one type. Wow, but he was. But he also an incarnation at the same time? Srila Prabhupada, yes. He is Krishna himself. But he is representing the Guru. Wow, I see. Srila Prabhupada, because Krishna was God, he demanded sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. Gita 1866. But people misunderstood him. Therefore, Krishna again came as a Guru and taught people how to surrender to Krishna. Shyama Sundara, doesn't Krishna say in the Bhagavad Gita, I am the spiritual master? Srila Prabhupada, yes. He is the original spiritual master because he was accepted as spiritual master by Arjuna. So what is the difficulty? Arjuna told the Lord, Shishasteham shadhimam pam prapannam. I am your disciple and a soul surrender unto you. Please instruct me. So unless Krishna is the spiritual master, how does Arjuna become his disciple? Krishna is the original Guru. Tene brahma hridaya adikavaye. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahma, the first created being. Therefore, he is the original Guru. Bob, Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, yes, he is the original Guru. Then his disciple Brahma is a Guru. Then Brahma's disciple Narada is a Guru. Then Narada's disciple Vyasa is a Guru. In this way, there is a Guru Parampara, a disciplic succession of Gurus. Evam parampara praptam. The transcendental knowledge is received through the disciplic succession. Wow. So a guru receives his knowledge through the disciplic succession, not directly from Krishna. Do receive some knowledge directly from Krishna? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Krishna's direct instruction is there, Bhagavad Gita. Wow, I see. But, Srila Prabhupada, but you have to learn it through disciplic succession. Otherwise, you will misunderstand it. Wow, but presently you do not receive information directly from Krishna. It comes through the disciplic succession from the books. Srila Prabhupada, there is no difference. Suppose I say that this is a pencil. If you say to him, this is a pencil, and if he says to another man, this is a pencil, then what is the difference between his instruction and my instruction? Wow. Krishna's mercy allows you to know this now. Srila Prabhupada, you can take Krishna's mercy also, provided it is delivered as it is. Just as we are teaching the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita 1866, Krishna says, Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja. Just give up all other forms of religion and simply surrender unto me. Now we are saying that you should give up everything and surrender to Krishna. Therefore, there is no difference between Krishna's instruction and our instruction. There is no deviation. So if you receive knowledge in that perfect way, that is as good as receiving instruction directly from Krishna. But we don't change anything. Wow, when I pray reverently, faithfully, does Krishna hear me? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Wow, from me to him? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Because he is within your heart. He is always hearing you, whether you are praying or not praying. When you are doing some nonsense, he is also hearing you. And when you pray, that is very good. Welcome. Wow, to Krishna's ear, is praying louder than nonsense? Srila Prabhupada, no, he is all perfect. He can hear everything. Even if you don't speak, even if you simply think, I shall do it, then he hears you. Sarvasya chaham hrudi sannivishta. Krishna is seated in everyone's heart. Wow. But one should pray. Is that so? Srila Prabhupada, that is one's only business, praying. Wow. Whose business? Srila Prabhupada, every living entities. That is the only business. Yoko bahunam yo vidatati kamam. That is the statement of the Vedas. Wow. What does that mean? Srila Prabhupada, he supplies everything to everyone. He is supplying food to everyone. So he is the Father. So why should you not pray? Father, give me this. Just as in the Christian Bible, there is a prayer, Father, give us our daily bread. That is good. They are accepting the Supreme Father. But grown-up children should not ask from the Father. Rather, they should be prepared to serve the Father. That is bhakti, devotion. Wow, my questions you solve so nicely. Everyone laughs with affection. Srila Prabhupada, thank you very much. Wow, so should I ask you another question now? Srila Prabhupada, oh yes, yes. Chapter 4. Chapter 4. The Three Modes of Nature. Mayapur, India, February 28, 1972. Continue. Bob, I have read that in life there are three gunas: passion, ignorance, and goodness. I was wishing that you would explain this somewhat, especially what is meant by the mode of ignorance and the mode of goodness. Srila Prabhupada. In goodness, you can understand things, knowledge. You can know that there is God, that this world was created by him, and so many things, actual things. The sun is this, the moon is this, perfect knowledge. If one has some knowledge, even though it may not be perfect, that is goodness. And in passion, one identifies with his material body and tries to gratify his senses. That is passion. And ignorance is animal life. In ignorance, one does not know what is God, how to become happy, why we are in this world. For example, if you take an animal to the slaughterhouse, it will go willingly. This is ignorance. But a man will protest. If a goat is to be killed after 5 minutes, but you give it a morsel of grass, it is happy because it is eating. That is ignorance. Bob, being with these modes determines your karma. Is that correct? Srila Prabhupada, yes. According to the association of the modes of nature, your activities are being contaminated. Karanam guna sangasya asad yanma yonishu. A man gets a higher birth or lower birth according to the association of the gunas or the modes of nature. Gita 13:22. Bob. So cheating and things like that, what mode is that? Srila Prabhupada. Cheating is mixed passion and ignorance. Suppose one man cheats another. That means he wants to obtain something. He is passionate. But if he commits murder, he does not know that he will have to suffer for it. So it is a mixture of passion and ignorance. Bob. And what about when somebody helps another person? Srila Prabhupada, that is goodness. Bob, why is that goodness? You said that goodness is when you have knowledge. So helping someone represents knowledge of what? Srila Prabhupada, if he is ignorant and you are trying to enlighten him, that is goodness. Bob, so giving knowledge is goodness? Srila Prabhupada, yes. Bob, and what about just giving assistance? Srila Prabhupada, that is also goodness. Bob, if a beggar has nothing and you give him alms, Srila Prabhupada, that may still be goodness. But in a Gauri street, they give someone charity and immediately he purchases a bottle of wine and drinks and lies down flat. All laugh. So that is charity, but that is not goodness, that is ignorance. Bob, charity can be ignorance? Srila Prabhupada, there are three kinds of charities: in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Charity in goodness means giving charity where charity must be given. Just like this Krishna Consciousness movement. If anyone gives charity to this movement, that is charity in goodness, because it is spreading God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. That is charity in goodness. And if one gives charity for some return, that is charity in passion. And if somebody gives charity at an improper place and time without respect, and to an unworthy person, just like the Bauri man, that is charity in ignorance. But Krishna says, Yat karosi yadasnasi, yajjuhoshi dadasya. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that as an offering to me. Gita 9:27. If Krishna takes your offering, that is the perfection of charity. Or anyone who is a representative of Krishna, if he takes it, that is perfection. Wow. And what kind of charity is it when you give food to somebody who is hungry? Srila Prabhupada, well, that depends on the circumstances. For example, if a doctor has forbidden his patient to take any solid food, and if the patient is asking, give me some solids, and if you give him solid food in charity, then you are not doing good to him. That is ignorance. Wow. Are the devotees beyond accumulating karma? These devotees, do they feel karma? Do they work in these modes? Are they in the mode of goodness? Srila Prabhupada, they are above goodness. Suddha Sattva. The devotees are not in this material world. They are in the spiritual world. That is stated in Bhagavad Gita 14:26. Mamchayo avyabhisharena bhakti yogena sevate sagunam samati chaitam brahma bhuyaya kalpate. One who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Devotees are neither in goodness, passion, nor ignorance. They are transcendental to all these qualities. Bob, a devotee who is very faithful reaches this stage. Srila Prabhupada, yes. You can become a devotee as they have become. It is not difficult. Simply you have to engage yourself in the transcendental loving service of the Lord, that's all. Bob, what is the status of service minus devotion? Srila Prabhupada, that is not service, that is business. Everyone laughs. For example, here in Mayapur, we have employed a contractor. That is not service, that is business, is it not? Sometimes they will advertise, our customers are our masters, is it not? But in spite of the flowery language, our customers are our masters, this is a business. Because nobody is a qualified customer unless he pays. But service is not like that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, praise to Krishna. Yadha tadha vad vedadatu lambato mat prananadhastu sayeva napara. You do whatever you like, but still you are my worshipable Lord. That is service. I don't ask any return from you. That is service. When you expect some return, that is business. Wow, I wish to gain more knowledge of God and be able to feel God's presence more. I feel life has little meaning without this. Srila Prabhupada, yes. If you misuse this human form of life, then it is a great loss. Human life is a great chance given to the living entity to get out of the entanglement of material existence. Bob, I feel thankful that I have been able to ask these questions. Srila Prabhupada, yes, you can learn more and more. Questions and answers are required. They are beneficial to all. Sutta Goswami says, Srimad Bhagavatam 125, Manaya sadhu prastoham, Bhavadbhir lokamangalam, Yat krata Krishna samparashno, Yena atma suprasidati. O sages, I have been justly questioned by you. Your questions are worthy because they relate to Lord Krishna and so are relevant to the world's welfare. Only questions of this sort are capable of completely satisfying the self. So questions about Krishna are very good. When you discuss and hear about Krishna, that is Lokamangalam, auspicious for everyone. Both the questions and the answers. Bob, I'm attracted to devotional life, but I still have my connections at home. Marriage is, I'm engaged. Srila Prabhupada, no. There are so many marriages. Indicate Shyamasundara. He is married. Marriage is no barrier. I told you that there are 4 orders of spiritual life. Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyas. So after Brahmachari life, one can marry, although it is not obligatory. One may remain Naistika Brahmachari, unmarried for his whole life. But a Brahmachari may marry. And after marriage, there is Vanaprastha life. This means that one is a little aloof from family. The husband and wife live separately. At that time, there is no sex life. Then when he is fully renounced, detached from family life, he takes sannyas. Bob, does the sannyasi forget his wife completely then? Srila Prabhupada. Yes, forgetting is not very difficult if you try to forget. Out of sight, out of mind. I'll laugh. Just as I have my wife, children, grandchildren, everything. But out of sight, out of mind, that's all. Therefore, Vanaprastha, sannyas, everything is nicely arranged by the Vedic system. Chapter 5, Becoming Pure. Mayapur, India, February 29, 1972. Bob, thank you so much for allowing me to ask my questions. Srila Prabhupada, that is my mission. People should understand the science of God. Unless we cooperate with the Supreme Lord, our life is baffled. I have given the example many times that a screw which has fallen from a machine has no value. But when the same screw is again attached to the machine, it has value. Similarly, we are part and parcel of God. So without God, what is our value? No value. We should again come back to our position of attachment to God. Then we have value. Paul, I met a young fellow today who came here because he heard that hippies were in Mayapur. Srila Prabhupada, he is Indian? Bob, yes. He lives nearby and speaks English fairly well. When he was young, he worshipped Kali, a popular demigoddess, every day very rigorously. But when the floods came and the people saw hardship, he lost faith. And now he has no religion. He said he now finds his happiness in trying to develop love among people. I could not think of what to say to him to add God and religion to his life. He said that after he dies, maybe I will become part of God. Maybe not. But he cannot worry about it now. He said he had tried various religious experiences, but they didn't work. One reason I ask this is because when I go back to America, a lot of people I come across are like this. They see that religion, like his worship of Kali or other kinds of religion they have experienced, does not work. And I don't know what to say to them to convince them it is worth trying. Srila Prabhupada, do not try at the present moment. You first of all become convinced and then try to convince others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction is that you can improve the welfare of others when your own life is a success. Bharat bhumite haila manushya janmaya janma sarthaka kari kara paropakar. First make your life perfect, then try to teach others. Wow, the devotees have told me that without consciousness of Krishna all the time, you cannot be happy. But at times I feel happy. Srila Prabhupada, at times, not always. Bob, yes. Srila Prabhupada, but if you become Krishna conscious, you will feel happy always. Bob, they implied that you cannot feel happy without Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, that is a fact. For example, if you are an animal of the land and you are thrown into water, you cannot be happy in the water in any condition. When you are again taken up on the land, then you will be happy. Similarly, since we are part and parcel of Krishna, we cannot be happy without acting as part and parcel of Krishna. The same example as before, the machine part. Fallen out of the machine has no value. But when it is again put into the machine, it has value. We are part of Krishna, we must join Krishna. And you can join Krishna immediately by your consciousness. Simply by thinking, I am Krishna's, Krishna is mine. That's all. Well, we are part of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, yes, everything is part and parcel of Krishna because everything is generated by the energy of Krishna. And everything is the energy of Krishna. Wow. How can I come to feel closer to God? I come to the temple at times and then I leave. And I'm not sure how much I take with me. Srila Prabhupada, you have to be purified. It does not take much time. Within 6 months, you will realize your progress. But you have to follow the regulative principles, just as these boys and girls are doing. Then it will be all right. Wow, yes, I see. Srila Prabhupada, they have no tendency for going to the cinema or a nightclub. No, they have stopped all anarthas, all unnecessary things. The whole human life is meant for purification. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam suddhyedi yasmat brahma saukhyam tanantam. Lord Rishabhadev says here that we should perform austerities and penances so that we can purify our existence. Sattva means existence. And come to the stage of endless transcendental happiness. So if you don't purify your existence, then you will have to change your body from this to that. Sometimes it may be higher, sometimes lower. For example, if you don't cure a disease, it can put you into trouble in so many ways. Similarly, if you don't purify your existence, you will have to transmigrate from one body to another. And there is no guarantee you will get a very comfortable American body. Therefore, it is essential for a human being to purify his existence. Unless you purify your existence, you will hanker after happiness, but will not always be happy. Bob. When I go to my job in New York, I hope I will become pure. But I am sure that I won't become as pure as your devotees here. I don't see myself doing that. Srila Prabhupada, you can do as they are doing. They were not pure in the beginning. Now they are pure. Similarly, you can become pure. For example, in your childhood, you are not educated, but now you are educated. If you are serious, you can keep yourself pure anywhere. It does not matter whether you stay in America or India. But you must know how to keep yourself pure, that's all. Wow, you mean by following the principles of Krishna consciousness? Srila Prabhupada, yes. I went to America, for instance, but whether in America or India, I am the same man. Wow. I have somewhat tried to follow since I met you the first time last November. Srila Prabhupada, but you must strictly follow if you are serious. Wow, okay, maybe. What I will say now is, well, the most foolish of all I have said. But let me tell you how I feel. Srila Prabhupada, no, not foolish. No, not foolish. I don't say you are foolish, but imperfect. Bob, okay, he laughs. Imperfect. But let me tell you, I feel that right now I admire and respect your devotees, but I don't feel as if I am part of them, or even that I have a great desire to be part of them. I feel that I want to do what is right, come closer to God. And if I can just go to a better life next time, I would be satisfied. Srila Prabhupada, very good. Bob, I guess it is material clinging, but Srila Prabhupada. So you just follow in their footsteps and your desire will be fulfilled. We are training people how to become purified and happy. That is our mission. We want to see everyone happy. Sarve sukhino bhavantu. People do not know how to become happy. They do not take the standard path to become happy. They manufacture their own way. That is the difficulty. Therefore, Rishabhadeva gave this advice to his sons. My dear boys, just undergo austerity for transcendental realization. Everyone is performing austerity. One boy, he had to go to a foreign country to learn commercial management. Now he is well situated. In this way, everyone is undergoing some austerity for temporary material happiness. So why not undergo austerity for permanent happiness? You have to purify your existence and your body. As many times as you accept a material body, you will have to change it. But as soon as you get a spiritual body, there is no question of change. You already have a spiritual body. Now, due to our material contamination, we are developing the material body. But if we associate with spiritual life, then we shall develop a spiritual body. If you put an iron rod within fire, it will become like fire, is it not? Wow, yes. Srila Prabhupada. And when the iron rod is red hot, you can touch it anywhere and it will burn. It takes on the quality of fire, although it is still iron. Similarly, if you always keep yourself in Krishna consciousness, your body will become spiritualized and act spiritually, although it is material. No more material demands. Wow, how do I do this? Srila Prabhupada, by the process we are teaching. You have seen these 6 boys who are initiated today. They are doing it. It is very simple. You have to follow the 4 restrictive regulations and chant Hare Krishna on these beats. Very easy. Well, but I follow some of the regulative principles, but not all. Srila Prabhupada, some means there are only 4 regulative principles. Some means 3 or 2. 2 or 3. Srila Prabhupada, so why not the other one? No, I mean follow 1 or 2. 1 or 2 I follow now. Srila Prabhupada laughs. Why not the other 3? What is the difficulty? Which one do you follow? Well, I'm almost vegetarian, but I eat eggs. Srila Prabhupada, then that is also not complete. No, since I saw you last November, I have become vegetarian. Srila Prabhupada, vegetarian is no qualification. The pigeon is vegetarian. The monkey is vegetarian. The most rubbish creature, most mischievous. I felt that it was a little bit of progress because it was somewhat difficult at first, then easy. Srila Prabhupada, no, you can stick to all the regulative principles provided you take to the Krishna consciousness process. Otherwise, it is not possible. Yes. When I'm back in Bihar with my friends and we are sitting in the evening and there is nothing to do but fight mosquitoes, they say, how about smoking some marijuana? And I say, sure, there is nothing else to do. And then I sit down and I enjoy myself for the evening. We were doing this every day. We got carried away. until we realized we were hurting ourselves and stopped. But still on occasion Srila Prabhupada, you have to live with us. Then your friends will not ask you, what about marijuana? Bob laughs. Keep the association of devotees. We are opening centers to give people a chance to associate with us. Why have we bought so much land in Mayapur? So that those who are seriously desirous of advancing in Krishna consciousness can come live with us. Association is very influential. If you associate with drunkards, you become a drunkard. If you associate with sadhus, you become a sadhu. Shyama Sundara, he can come and stay with you in Bombay. Srila Prabhupada, yes, you can stay with us in Bombay. But he wants friends with marijuana. That is the difficulty. Bob, let me ask you about something else. Then maybe I'll come back to this. I find that I think of myself too much. And this way I can't think of God so much. I think of myself in too many places. How can I forget about myself so I can concentrate on the other more important things? Srila Prabhupada, all these devotees have done. Bob laughs. I think what you are saying to me is that my path to purity is to become a devotee. Srila Prabhupada, do you hesitate? Bob, Srila Prabhupada, is it very difficult to become a devotee? Bob, for me it is. I don't feel so much the desire. First, the devotees tell me that they have given up material life. These 4 regulative principles, they have explained to me, mean giving up material life, and that I see. And in place of this, they have, Srila Prabhupada, what do you mean by material life? Bob is silent. I'm sitting on this bed. Is it material or spiritual? Bob, material. Srila Prabhupada, then how have we given up material life? Bob, I think how I interpreted it was a desire for material gain. Srila Prabhupada, what is material? Bob, working toward material gain and not giving up all material desires. Srila Prabhupada, when you desire to gratify your senses, that is material life. And when you desire to serve God, that is spiritual life. That is the difference between material life and spiritual life. Now we are trying to serve our senses. But instead of serving our senses, we should serve God. That is spiritual life. What is the difference between our activities and others? We are using everything they use, table, chair, bed, tape recorder, typewriter. So what is the difference? The difference is that we are using everything for Krishna. Bob. The devotees have said that the sensual pleasures they have given up are replaced with spiritual kinds of pleasures. But I have not felt this. Srila Prabhupada. Spiritual pleasures come when you desire to please Krishna. That is spiritual pleasure. For example, a mother is more pleased by feeding her son. She is not eating, but when she sees that her son is eating very nicely, then she becomes pleased. Bob, spiritual pleasure then is pleasing God. Srila Prabhupada, spiritual pleasure means the pleasure of Krishna. Wow, pleasing Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Material pleasure means the pleasure of the senses, that's all. That is the difference. When you simply try to please Krishna, that is spiritual pleasure. Bob, my thought of pleasing God was to, Srila Prabhupada, don't manufacture your own ways of pleasing God. Suppose I want to please you, then I shall ask you, how can I serve you? Not that I manufacture some service. That is not pleasing. Suppose I want a glass of water. If you concoct the idea, Swamiji will be more pleased if I give him a glass of hot milk. That will not please me. If you want to please me, then you should ask me, how can I please you? And if you do what I order, that will please me. Bob. And pleasing Krishna then is being a devotee of Krishna? Srila Prabhupada. A devotee is one who is always pleasing Krishna. He has no other business. That is a devotee. Bob. Can you tell me some more about chanting Hare Krishna? I have for quite some time chanted, but never regularly. Just a little bit here and there. I just got beats very recently. And once in a while, I feel comfortable chanting, and once in a while, not comfortable at all. Maybe I don't chant properly. I don't know. Srila Prabhupada, yes, everything has a process. You have to adopt the process. Wow. The devotees tell me of the ecstasy they feel when chanting. Srila Prabhupada, yes, the more you become purified, the more you will feel ecstasy. This chanting is the purifying process.